Well, hey there, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed their Valentine's Day. King 5, Meteorologist Adam Claibon, here to go over the quieter end to the work week that we have over the next few days. Does it warm up? Yeah, slightly, but we are going to see a few more clouds and maybe some slight rain chances too as we go on into the end of the week. The start of next week, we start to see more of a pattern change again. And just like this week, I think we get another push of some really cold air to come into the area. And that might lead to some more lowland snow again as we go later into next week, a few days out. But we'll let you know what we know as of right now with that and what we know as of right now of what's going on outside right now, which is currently a lot of sunshine. Everett, a good afternoon to you. You can see clear skies. That sun, it is beaming. Plus, we got some upper level clouds that are moving on through. It's going to help to filter the sunshine to a certain degree there in Tacoma. And as we look out there closer to the coast where skies are currently fairly clear there as well. Here's a live look at our Westport cam, and you can see the skies, yeah, they're clear. Not too much wave action going on. Should be a very cold overnight, though, again, as we head on into the evening. Speaking of cold overnights, boy, we dipped down into the 20s and well in the 20s this morning. Down to 23 in Bremerton, 24 in Shelton, 26 in Bellingham, 28 out at SeaTac Airport. Puyallup, we had some of that snow still on the ground. Should be melted away, of course, throughout today, but 25 was our low as we started off this Wednesday morning. Now, the colder air mass is beginning to pivot and move farther to the east, so it's not so much so just directed at the western half of the country. We're starting to see that move now over into parts of the northern Midwest, and eventually it'll continue its way eastward as we go on here over the next day or so. So that means we are going to get some moderating temperatures, and we're going to keep things dry. Satellite and radar picture some light shower activity up near Vancouver Island, but that's just about it. High pressure in dominant control. There's that system that was impacting us. That's now moving through the Rockies. They're seeing some snow across Utah, heading into Colorado, down into northern Texas, as a matter of fact, too. Now, speaking of temperatures, we do expect those numbers to climb at least back into the mid-40s late this afternoon. A lot of low 40s as of right now. Puyallup, we're back up to 45, 43 in Bellingham. And after hitting the mid-40s today, we're back near, if not below freezing again tonight. Now, what might help us tonight from seeing a lot more of those widespread 20s is the extra cloud coverage that you see coming in as we go closer to midnight and what we're expecting afterwards. Now, that's all driven by this next system. It comes in as we go on into the overnight hours with the cloud coverage. We'll continue to see that build as we head on into early Thursday, and yeah, we are going to see some sun breaks. I'll say partly sunny skies early into the day, but then mostly cloudy skies developing later into the afternoon. The coast could even see some lighter showers on into the latter part of the day and then heading into the first part of the night. 7 p.m. Thursday, here we go. We're starting to see those showers move on to the coast and for parts of the Olympic Peninsula. Farther north, we're also seeing some shower activity. San Juan Island, Skagit, and Whatcom County. That will slip southward as we go throughout Thursday night into early Friday. But you can see a lot of that out of here by Friday. So Friday, not looking like it's going to be too wet at all. And most of the shower activity, as you see that move on through, probably going to put down very little in terms of rainfall for an area just, it looks like, south of Everett and going to just north of Tacoma. That's because of the rain shadowing from the Olympics. You can see that right back and forth as I go it back and forth for you right there. You can see that area that is going to be pretty much rain-free with this system. Now, this will push another round of some light snow across the Cascades. Not too impressive with that. And then we'll clear out a little bit as we go later on into Friday afternoon. Into the weekend, we'll get more very slight chances of rain to start to come on in. Now, the fault amounts of rain, you can see those are going to be a little higher out there along the north coast, about a ½ inch to 2/3 of an inch around Bellingham, getting around 1/4 of an inch. Elsewhere, we're talking about really little, and less than 1/10 of an inch around Seattle, Renton, and Tacoma, those areas that I mentioned that going to be rain shadowed and really see a limited amount of moisture impact those spots. And not talking about big snows either. We'll pick up maybe about a ½ foot up around Mount Baker. Now, this only goes through about 5, 6 o'clock early into Friday morning, but some respectable amounts around Stevens and Snoqualmie passes. This system is starting to work its way through. Now, let's go ahead and fast forward. This is Saturday heading on into Sunday. This is going to be our next system, which will bring in a lot more moisture, a lot more widespread rain chances too on into Sunday. Still not a heavy amount of rain with that, but then we'll continue on into Monday. You can see some left behind showers still left behind for you, and then on into Tuesday. This is going to be the system that we'll keep an eye on for, because this one does look to bring in another big burst of some really cold air south into western Washington. And what we will see, of course, starting off will be some rain showers. But then as we head into Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, we start to see some of that colder air taking over, and you'll see a mixture. And then on into Tuesday afternoon, you can see more of that pink and that white showing up, indicating some wintry precipitation. Now you can see it kind of goes back and forth. So temperatures are going to be marginal, right near that freezing point. So there is some uncertainty as far as winter weather that we're going to see. What probably is going to be a certainty is that we'll have a really big push of some colder air coming in at that point, and we'll notice some heavier rainfall, and there will be some moisture around. It's just going to be, is it cold enough to help to support more of that lowland snow? Of course, we'll keep you posted. Today, mostly sunny skies, reaching the mid-40s. We'll see farther south, we'll see more of those mid to perhaps upper 40s. Monroe up to 47. Mostly sunny skies in Paulsville, up to 44 there for a high. South Sound, mid-40s in Shelton at 46. 43 in Enumclaw, Eatonville, up to 44 degrees. Tonight's lows, most spots near the freezing point, but some of them also staying above it because of the extra clouds. More of the colder numbers as you go farther to the east over Wenatchee and getting closer to Yakima. Now, forecasted lows tonight drop down into the low 30s. We're going to be back there in the 30s again Friday, but a little warmer, only down to 38. You can see our temperatures are beginning to moderate, back in the upper 40s, maybe a few low 50s as we go into the end of the week, and then the start of next week too for Sunday and Monday. But then Tuesday, that's going to be that big system that we'll keep an eye out for, and that push of colder Arctic air that's going to be heading our way that will maybe drop cold air enough that we could see some areas of snow here into the lowlands. So of course that'll be very interesting to see as we head on into next week. Overall though, if you have any sort of plans outdoors here, if you want to try to get more of that biking in, more of that running in, maybe you're training for a half marathon or some sort of running or triathlon later on into the year, plenty of opportunity to do that here, and no worries about rain over the next couple of days. Take care everyone, have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll talk to you later.